Hi friends, Namaskar. I'm RINKU1, psychologist, psychotherapist, practicing therapy in ILS Hospital, Dom from Kolkata. I'm speaking. One thing is very important in case of preparation management. What the issues we are discussing last few days, last few sessions. In case of preparation management, CBT is the best tools. Actually, it's the techniques, it's the best method, best therapy to manage anyone's depression or anxiety or anger. In case of phobias also, CBT is very important. What is CBT? It is very common. That is C for cognition, that is our thinking. B for our behavior, and T for therapy. That is the full form of CBT. What is happening in between cognition and behavior? There is another component which is called, there is another aspect which is called emotions. Our emotions. So our emotions actually affect our behavior, and our thought is also affect our behavior. Actually, if we are thinking that way, these three components are actually, cognition, behavior and emotion. These three are actually interlinked like a triangle. You can for this simplification, I can say it is very it will be easier for you to understand, for common people to understand the relationship, like it is our thought, our feelings and our behavior. So actually feelings affect our behavior, and accordingly we are behaving. Like I am a boss in an organization, in any institution, or any school, college, university head, or in any positions where I am the boss or authority figure who has the problem of little bit of hypertension. These hypertension actually, like, people should be follow these and these rules. If they do not follow it, I cannot accept it. So I in my mind, there is a picture of what will be the right behavior of any people. Accordingly, if I'm not I'm behaving, if I'm not seeing that things, then automatically my negative emotions are triggered, like very irritating. His or her presence is very irritating. So it's very quickly, with a nanosecond, it actually stimulate my behavior. Then I am either through my gesture posture I am becoming a little bit of irritated, because that feelings actually come in my body, in my mind, in my brain. That so I can feel it, and then I am feeling rudely, in spite of I don't have that intention to behave rudely, to say anything which is not matching with my position, with my dignity, but I am behaving because I am human being. So this problem actually coming, its root is in a much more deeper level, where it is originating, this feeling of irritation, that people should, and coming from the belief that people should obey all the rules and decorum of the office or of the sector, or my advice is anything else like that. And that belief actually trigger my thought, which is thought. My thought is this is good and this should be done, and this is bad, it should not be done. So it is throughout the world. It is today there is a list where we can find 10 to 15 thoughts are there which are called distorted thoughts, dysfunctional thoughts. But we are believe these are right thoughts, like should and should not. This should be applicable. People should follow these things. People should not follow these things. This is actually my value. This is actually my principle, and I am following these things strictly in my personal life, in my official life, everything, in my office, in my job, business, anywhere where we have to do. But if I am becoming frustrated or depressed, or becoming agitated or becoming restless to some extent, because I expect these things. I expect everybody should follow these rules. What I am considering the best things, the good things. Yes, it is best. It may be good, but other people have their own belief system. All the time this may not be matched, or other people cannot understand me. There are so many other psychological factors for which he or she is behaving in that way. But I as I don't have this knowledge or information about the other person's psychology, I always one way I always communicate one way. So I always thinking what I want, what I expect, that should be actually produced by other persons. People should behave in that way to me. When I am not getting these things, I am becoming agitated. It is very much applicable to highly educated, highly qualified, very resourceful persons, who is a very good person, but we are saying, yeah, as a boss, as a whenever he or she is in his or her chair, she is behaving in a very strange way that actually not go with his or her dignity, with his or her personality pattern. People are actually telling in counseling session they have this sorts of problem of managing their depression or anger. Actually, if they can work with their belief systems, with their thoughts, what I actually want from them, I can say it to the other people. Yes, I can help the other persons to follow it. But if there is one person, two person, they cannot follow it, it's my task also to help them to understand it, to avoid misunderstanding. This is one approach. If I have developed this approach, if I can change my distorted thinking, which I am identified, that is should or should not. I am always see everything in the outer world in terms of should or should not. People should do it, this must be done. People never disobey the rules and regulations. Yes, it is true, but some people innocently cannot follow it, so they are actually they need help. And some people deliberately disobey it, they also need help, but in other way, in any other way. These two group of people are not the same. If I have this knowledge, then I am feeling little bit of I can I am feeling little bit of less irritating for the group which is innocent, and for I am becoming much more firm and directive for the group who are deliberately disobeying the rules, which we are seeing now in so many places. So otherwise, I am a fully functioning person with my dignity, maybe enter into the trap of this cognitive distortion, which can destroy many of my relationships, many of consequences of many of my good karmas, good actions, good behaviors, which will be translated in the other persons, among the other persons, as I am very moody, I am very aggressive, I am very directive. In many other levels, people can told me. But people can address me, so I must be conscious about this thing. So for this, I have to practice CBT in my house when I am alone. There are so many CBT tools and so many CBT homework and actually tables, that if I am regularly writing and fill up those things, everybody needs it. Even psychologists, psychiatrists, we are practicing it more or less. We also need to do these exercises to actually up to date our emotional stability in that sense, so that I can control my emotions in front of others. And Another thing is very important, in every workplace, in every setup, in family also it is found, one or two very innocent people are actually labeling as a weak personality. People are actually humiliating them, labeling them, and they are always victim of the other person's anger or uh, bad politics or anything is like that. If I am boss in a group or in an organization or in any educational setup, I must be aware about all those things, and my first task is to help him or her, is to stand beside him or her, so that she or he can emerge his or her inner potentialities in a very right direction. Then I can say that I am not responsible for damaging any personality. That is also crime. That is also in that sense, from psychological point of view, that is also murder in that way. Not physical murder, but emotional murder, psychological murder. I am I can protect that person, save that life, which is very, very essential. We are not at all thinking, bothering about all these things, and I, becoming aware, can be the boss of the mental faculties of my staffs, and can take responsibility to protect them, to save these sorts of weak personalities, or the persons who are known as very gentlemen, who cannot speak for themselves, who are always try to yes, that is a problem, try to adjust with other. They are people so many times the psychologists are telling them people pleaser. So they are also suffering very intensely. If we can help them, they can survive in a very healthy way, which is very essential. Actually I want to say very shortly that CBT is a very good therapy, very short time therapy, which can help the both of the persons, those who are in two poles, like one is boss and another is subordinate or a weak personality, one is strong personality. Both have these problems, and they can, anyone can actually help other to come out from this emotional breakdown or depression or anger or violence or anything else like that. So CBT is very important. We must practice CBT tables every day, if it is possible. At least we must go through it. This is a very easy, very short term and very effective technique to manage depression, anxiety, fear, not fever, fear, phobia, etc. Thank you so much.